Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the meeting number 259 of the Bright Beginning Toastmaster Club. I'm Anshuman Mishra, and I'm going to be the Sergeant at Arms for the club today. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. To ensure this, please follow certain ground rules. Please ensure all cell phones are on silent or switched off mode. You have 10 seconds to check. Please speak responsibly about religion, sex, or politics in your speeches. Use the feature of raising a hand, applause, and thumbs up when needed. Don't use Zoom messaging in between the speeches until it's required. Until not required, please put yourself on mute during the meeting. If you are playing the role, no need to check whether you're audible or not. One of us will let you know if the sound is coming or breaking. Please make sure that all the role players have the role name as prefix and real name as suffix to the username of the meeting or joining on Zoom. You have 10 seconds to check and implement if not done already. All right, now it almost marks the beginning of a new official EC term, and we have a new president, new VP education, uh, not so new VPPR, and a few of other enthusiastic EC members who joined the EC to ensure that Bright Beginning Toastmasters Club achieves the Hall of Fame for 2025-2026. And to spearhead that, we have our ever so passionate, ever so energetic someone who's striving to lead from the front beat in terms of public speaking, in terms of leadership. We have Toastmaster Aryan as our new presiding officer of Bright Beginning Toastmasters Club to address us this morning. I'd like to invite Toastmaster Aryan to take it away. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Toastmaster Anshuman, my Sergeant at Arms. Welcome, everybody, to the 259th meeting of Bright Beginning Toastmasters. It's lovely to be joined here offline by our speaker, our evaluator, and I hope you like the interesting icebreaker speech we have planned today. It's weird. I am the presiding officer today. Our actual president is missing. He's traveling in Jim Corbett, I believe. And I'm excited for how this meeting is going to go. I have an interesting theme planned, a suggestion from our upcoming Vice President Education, Toastmaster Kanksha, and I hope you all like it. With that, from the presiding officer, I pass it on to the team order. And I am the team order, so I can carry the meeting forward. So today I want the meeting to be about reflections, reflecting on Toastmasters, why you joined, why you're staying, why you spend so much time coming to Toastmasters every week. I know we have an interesting speech planned about Toastmasters today, but first I want to have a roundtable and have everybody talk about what brought them to Toastmasters, the story behind Toastmasters. So first, Toastmaster Anshuman, would you like to begin? What brought you to Toastmasters?
It was not a linear journey. It
Okay.
was not as if that I was thinking that I have to improve my public speaking and leadership skills. Just that I happened to be living in a co-living space. There was a demo meeting of Toastmasters where extremely immaculate speakers gave demo speeches, gave the evaluation, and I realized how far away I am from where they are right now. I realized that there is gap to that goal I want to reach, and that made me realize that this is a great platform, fantastic platform to learn from such peers who are striving for growth. And that is how I joined Toastmasters in 2019.
Who else? Toastmaster Kanksha, would you like to share your story?
Yeah. So the first time I joined Toastmasters, It was the same story as Anshuman. I saw some speakers giving the speeches, and I would see that there's this group, they sit on the ground, and one of them is speaking. What is happening? So I just joined out of curiosity. And when I went there, I really felt alive. And the second time I joined was because I was not feeling alive and I needed to feel alive. And hence I joined Toastmasters. Because staying in touch with public speaking with people, like, this is a way to not only connect with yourself but also with others. So that was the reason for me to come back.
Right. Okay. Toastmaster Sridharan, would you like to share your story? Yes, please.
Hi, morning everyone. I started off Toastmasters in 2020 April. Um, COVID impact, I think, because all of us started working from home since COVID. So I got that spare time, and I got a that was a corporate club. I was part of Siemens Healthineers back then, and got an email saying that there's something happening around public speaking, and that's in the office hours. So out of curiosity, I joined to understand what it is, and I didn't have to spare time, didn't have to travel anywhere. So it was convenient. So I joined, but I think initial I definitely, like others mentioned, I saw some really good speakers there, and I saw myself that it's a very long way. So from then on, I started being part of the Toastmasters Club, and then once the corporate life was, I mean, from Siemens, I moved out. Then I had to look for a community club, and then I joined other clubs. But I think kind of it was just that the journey is long. I know that still I'm not that great a speaker, but I felt like okay, somewhere I should be in touch so that as and when I'm able to put in time, I can prep, I can deliver, and I can improve with time. That was the idea. Thank
Thank
you.
you. I do feel it's great that you're putting in so much time, and I'm sure you've improved so much in your journeys as well. Anyway, we also have a guest today that I was supposed to, I think, introduce. So, to be Toastmaster Sarthak, would you like to tell us your story of how you came to know about Toastmasters?
I came to know about Toastmasters through my brother. He wanted to increase his communication skills, and I as well wanted to increase my communication skills. He recommended me Toastmasters because he thought that he's able to improve his communication skills, and I think it's great to be here. Um, yeah, previously I also took part in the table topics, and I think that definitely will help me in the long run. Thank you.
All right, thank you. By the way, we have your brother here offline. Why are you not here offline?
Actually, I caught a cold, so I won't be able to
Oh,
in the
that's
office.
fine. We'll see you here offline next to next meeting, I guess. Anybody else would like to share? Toastmaster Vinny, Toastmaster Ashutosh. We have Toastmaster Sam as well. Toastmaster Ashutosh, go ahead.
Yes, I've been here. Hi. So, yes, it's a very good question for introspection. So, like Toastmaster Anshuman, so this journey also had been not linear for me, and not the journey, even the beginning of journey was also not a straight path to figure out Toastmaster as a platform. So it's to add on, I had some more twist before I reached the Toastmaster platform. So I realized the importance of learning communication and improvement in the communication of a few years back. Started working with few other local community platforms and some online platforms. And through that, I found the niche of the speakers also are connected to another community, Toastmasters. So I started hearing about Toastmasters, and one of the fellow members from the community club asked me one of the time to join an online meeting. So then I got fascinated, and I very much got connected because the learning platform is very well structured. It's a structured learning not only for speaking and communication, but also for listening. That is also most one of the important or mostly ignored asset or skill. So once we are seeking improvement in communication. And since then, it's can been kind of a love and hate. I keep on joining and then sometimes taking a break, but I am loving this journey.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Anyway, we have one last one. Would somebody like to share? Toastmaster Vineet, I think you wanted to share.
Hi everyone, thank you Toastmaster Aryan. So I think it was a wake up call for me, and I needed to do something to improve my communication skills. But I had certain constraints and criteria. Where should I start from? What platform should I join? And I didn't want to make it more of a academic exercise, since I usually stay busy with my office and home. I do not find time to spend on academic exercise. So I wanted to have a platform where it is more of a fun and learning side by side. And I was looking for the platform like this for a long period of time, but intermittently I kind of dropping it in between by being whenever I was busy in other stuff. But 6 months back, when I encounter an instance, I realize that I cannot uh, drop it for long time now. So I immediately recall that Toastmaster used to be a club. I didn't even know whether it still exists or not, because someone introduced me to this club 10 years back. I didn't even join that for a single session. Someone added me into that group, WhatsApp group, and I still see that it still exists. Yeah, I mean, and that day I was in the evening, I was sitting, I started scrolling on the Google, Toastmasters still exist or not. And I made my entry on the website, and then uh, Mayank reached out, thankfully, next day. And I was very happy that I
Mm.
can be a part of this fun filled learning journey. Yeah, that's.
Yes. Yes. Anyway, let's move on with the rest of the meeting now. We'll have questions such as these throughout the meeting. So, the general meeting structure, if I explain to you once, has three parts. The first part is the prepared speeches part. We have one prepared speech today by Toastmaster Sanskar. We have next the second section, which is the table topic section, where you get to practice your impromptu speaking. And third, we have the evaluation section, where the whole meeting is evaluated by the general evaluator. So now I would like to introduce our general evaluator today so that they can introduce their tag team and their role in evaluating the whole meeting. Over to you, general evaluator Toastmaster Anshman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Aryan, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the general evaluation section, where we ensure that all the role players today receive valuable feedback to take back, reflect, and improve in the next meeting. I'm going to be a general evaluator who's going to share the report of evaluation for the entire meeting, each role player, each of the scripts. But I'm not alone in this. I have my tag team with me today, starting with the accounter, that is Toastmaster Vineet. I'd request Toastmaster Vineet to introduce his role for all of us. Over to you, Toastmaster Vineet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. So everyone, this is not an ad hoc role. This is a very important role of entire evaluation section. It has a purpose. It has some responsibilities. What is the purpose of the accounter? The purpose of the accounter is to not just to figure out the filler words. It actually tracks not just the filler words, repeated words, and distracting sounds that can reduce the effectiveness of your entire communication. And it helps you to become speaker who is more conscious of their verbal habits. It has certain responsibilities. So I listen the meeting actively. I'll try to listen the meeting actively, table topics and the evaluation sections, all the section basically. Wherever I'll find the usage of filler words, filter words, and repetitive words, I'll make a note of it and present it to you at the end of the meeting. So thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Ranshma.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Vineet. Now I'd like to invite Toastmaster Ashutosh, who's the grammarian for today morning. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. So the role of comedian is to take the stock of the communications, the good words, not so good words, errors in the speakers what they are speaking, and also track the errors in the communication. So I will keep a track of all the good and not so good and words usage, and also the track of good words and phrases used during the meeting, and submit my report towards end of the meeting. For today's meeting, I have want to position value as the word of the day. So value is a very small and often ignored word, but I see a value is a very diversified meaning and has a very different perspectives. Whatever we are doing, also bring doing something to bring more value to. Like some of the examples are in different domains are what is the value you are bringing to the table. If and what are her moral values are very good, and what is the value of this house. So the different usage can be done in different perspectives. I encourage all the participants, speakers, to use this word. So that's it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Anshman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ashutosh. You definitely bring a great value to our club by taking up the grammarian role this morning. And adding greater value is a timer for the meeting number 259, that is Toastmaster Akansha, who's volunteered to take up the role at the last moment because unfortunately Toastmaster Nancy has not been able to join. Over to you, Toastmaster Akansha, to share the purpose of your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. Uh, Good morning, everybody. I would be the timer for today's session, and my role is to make sure that everything happens within the time limit, and we get to see whether we are doing on time, we are exceeding the time, and by taking in the report that I share towards the end, we can work on the timing, because timing at the end of the day, it's the most important aspect of anything. If you speak for too less, you won't be able to connect to the audience. If you speak for too long, you might bore the audience. So I would be sharing my report at the end, after the table topic section and the evaluation sections. So for today, the icebreaker speech, Toastmaster Anshuman, please correct me if I'm wrong, but Toastmaster Sanskar would be delivering his icebreaker speech, and the timing would be 4.5 minutes green card, 5 minutes green card,
Four,
5
4 to 6.
4 to 6. Okay, sorry. Apologies for that. 4 minutes green card, 5 minutes yellow card, and 6 minutes red card. So all the best, Toastmaster Sanskar. And for table topics, the green card will go up at 1.5 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes, and the red card at 2.5 minutes.
1.5 and 2. All right, thank you.
This is what happens when you take up the role last minute. So
Thank you for that. Yeah.
yeah, your VP Ed has set a great example for, to demonstrate how important preparation is for the role, even if it is that of a timer. So I hope that you guys do much better than me. Over to you, our general evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Kancha, for leading the way. It's a learning journey for all of us. Even after I think more than 500, 550 meetings, I still have to go to the Sergeant at Arms script and read it out. While I was opening my Evernote to do that, I realized I think all of us require some brushing up of each of the roles that we play, including the tag role. I look forward to a productive meeting. I hope there is less of evaluation for us to do in terms of improvement areas and more on the reflection areas of what we did positive today. On that note, I'd like to hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster today, Toastmaster Aryan. You're on mute, Toastmaster.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Toastmaster Anshuman. And Toastmaster Akanksha, I would just like to tell you, you only get comfortable by taking up roles last minute, by taking a lot of roles last minute. You have to take up more roles than anybody last minute, and that's how you get comfortable with it. That's fine. It happens with all of us. It's happened with me many times. Anyway, let's get into the prepared speeches section now. Now we have our first speech, and for today only speech, by our new member, very passionate, very ambitious, Toastmasters Sanskar. I like to call him on stage Toastmasters Sanskar. So, Toastmasters Sanskar, My journey, how I ended up in
So, my
Toastmasters. My
Aryan,
journey.
sorry to interject. You have to call the evaluator first.
Good point. I completely forgot. See, this is what happens when you take up team out last minute. And we have an evaluator for Toastmasters and Sky Offline as well. Toastmaster Shri is here. He's going to come up here and tell us about the evaluator's objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster again. I think mostly it is already covered, but still I would like to reiterate that today we have Toastmaster Sanskar. He's giving his icebreaker speech, and I'll be the speech evaluator. And he's giving his icebreaker speech under the topic My Journey, How I Ended Up in Toastmasters. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Sanskar to take over the stage and deliver the speech in the topic. I wish you good luck.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shri. So, good morning, everyone present here today. I would be joining today as the official member of the Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan and Toastmaster Akansha, for helping me draft my speech. So, everybody must have faced bad communication, awkward silences, awkward moments, having those wrong moments when having the right tools. And that's okay. You know what? We are not born with a good tongue. We are we are not born good communicators. It all starts with my 11th class when I had missed the golden opportunities being in front of everybody else speaking fearlessly. And because of just one element, communication. And that's, I've come to realize this communication is an integral part in our today's life. I would like to ask a question now. I think, and be honest, everybody here must have made fun of someone's presentation behind their backs. Have you, Aryan, Toastmaster Aryan?
Yes, I have.
Have you once in your childhood, maybe? If so, I have made my fair share fun of people and laughed all the way I can. But behind those laughs was a fool who is standing right in front of you, who has come to realize this. I'm not being able, who has come to realize this. Again, communication. I'm not being able to give simple presentation in today's college. How sad. So I'd like to share a story now from my college only. So I had to give this one presentation on financial management. And I was fully prepared with all the numericals, data. And to give you a heads up, I've been always good with the technicalities and the numericals of the data. So, with full confidence, I show up and I give the speech, I give my presentation. And I thought to myself, after finishing the presentation, I thought to myself, I think it must be 9 out of 10. So I sit, and this one fellow comes late to the class with an AI presentation prepared in just 2 minutes, with zero stress on his face. He presents the presentation and he doesn't look at the slides, doesn't use any factual, tangible data. I'm shocked. I see this and I see my professor looking at him like he's getting excited. He's praising him inside himself. I see this look on his face. Hmm. And I thought, okay, if he has done something, I have also done something as well. It's not like I've done something wrong here. So when the result showed up, I was shocked. I was devastated. I saw that he got much better marks than me. And when I questioned my teacher, he told, Peter, did you use any communication? Did you engage the audience or even question the audience in any way? I told no. But was it any necessity? Was it any necessity? So I've come to this realization. Facts matter, but how you deliver them, that's what sticks. So, as to conclude my speech, I would like to use this quote, which has hit me through my heart since I read it. That quote is, I know of no better life than to perish in the great and the impossible. Friedrich Nietzsche, German philosopher. So this quote tells us that it's okay for not being perfect. It's about trying, and as I've said, it's about stumbling, it's about trial and error and getting good communication through practice. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Very well done, Toastmaster Sanskar. I loved the story, the emotion, the way you took your pauses, the way you emphasized on the right words, right? Just bringing that volume up in between. It was lovely. I loved it. As always, we have the practice of whenever an icebreaker speech is given, to encourage that the first speech is being given, we give a standing ovation. With that, we have another question about Toastmasters for all of you. So, the next question is something I always wonder about all of our Toastmasters members. I'm never able to tell what different people are trying to do. Some people have come here to practice leadership, become better leaders. Some have come here to become better speakers. Some have come here to excel in their career, in their college, in different parts of their life. But I'm never able to tell. I don't know if people themselves know either what their goal is in coming to Toastmasters. Do you want to be a better speaker, a better leader, or do you just want to network? Or do you just want to meet people and have fun? So today I just want to ask you this question, and I want to go around and have all of the different people answer why they are motivated to come to Toastmasters. Since you spend so much time here and work so much in order to give speeches, take teamwork roles, there must be a motivation. And what I want to know is, what is that motivation? To begin, I would like to call upon Toastmasters Sanskar. What do you think is your motivation for Toastmasters? What is your goal?
So I've not been a good communicator since well since my birth. Is anyways. So what's my goal what I want to achieve with Toastmasters is, which is obvious, communication. But I want to actually, he told us, I want networking to meet with people and have fun on the way. I think I want to do all that. I want to achieve all what Toastmaster Aryan talked about. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Trying to learn communication while having fun along the way. Seems like an interesting journey. Toastmaster Shri, would you like to share?
Right. So I think, thank you, Toastmaster. I think that was a very emotional story that we heard from Toastmaster Sanskar in his speech. It kind of reminded me in my college days, I was I moved to Delhi. I joined Amity University, Noida, and I didn't know of Hindi at that point in time. Even now, I'm like kind of managing, and I was not well versed in facing audience or standing in front of group. And there was one day wherein we were all asked just to read a newspaper in front of the class. I remember that day. My legs were trembling. My palms were all sweaty. I managed to read for 3 4 minutes, but by the time I finished reading and I stepped back to my seat, I mean, I moved from there. I was holding the newspaper, and the newspaper just torn off and came in my hand. So I was so sweat. I was full of sweat. So it kind of it came on my palms, and that's the scenario. I was laughed at, but then when I got this opportunity of being a part of Toastmasters, I think I wanted to. I wanted to not to ever face that Shri again in my life. So I think that's the reason, and I'm sure having fun, and that's the reason why I'm here for the past five almost years. So yeah, thank you for that question, Toastmaster.
Preventing scary situations in front of the audience. That is also an interesting motivation. I did not expect. Anybody else? Toastmaster Vineet, would you like to share? What is your motivation in Toastmasters?
I think by listening, after listening Sanskar and Shri, uh, I can say that most of us has one reason to become part of Toastmasters is just fear. We all want to live up to that. Uh, Actually, we don't want to face that fear again, which we have to face in the past, be in the school, colleges, or in the corporate life, wherever. We remember those instances where we shivered, trembled, and embarrassed in front of people. We couldn't speak properly. And when we are not in that group, we are okay. Why does that happen? Because we are not prepared. That's the only motivation. We just don't want to encounter the same scenario again and again, again and again. That's the only motivation I have. And I guess most of us have the similar motivation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Trying to conquer your fear. That's an interesting angle on it. Toastmaster Ashutosh, would you like to share your motivation? What are you trying to achieve with Toastmasters?
Yes, Toastmaster Aryan. So for me, the Toastmasters is like a workout regime. So I try to maintain regularity, of course, with not doing it very regular, but with that I maintain the flow. So I'm trying to maintain the regime of getting into something to this platform, of course, meeting people and then connecting over something, creating value for all of us. So that is what my motivation to gain some value from this thing and keep it continued as long as possible for me.
Okay, thank you. So, a regular workout for your public speaking skills. Anyway, who else is here? To be Toastmaster, or is it Toastmaster Sam? I think we have not heard from you all meeting. Would you like to share?
Hi, Toastmaster Aryan. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am actually joining this session for over more than 1 year, and it's very great experience having this conversation going on and meeting with different kind of topics like impromptu speaking and this kind of brainstorming kind of conversations that makes us really interested in this conversation and keep the flow going on each week, and that's the best thing. The consistency is the key of these sessions, and that is the reason we all are here in this session, and it cherishes us, it enriches our experience, our cognitive skills, that makes us a vibrant speaker, as well as it's a one kind of social connection also. We are joining this session from different parts of India, and we are connected and attached to a string of this great sort of communication flow. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sam. Toastmaster Nancy, would you like to share? What is your motivation in Toastmasters? What are you trying to achieve? What do you?
Yep. So, as part of Toastmaster group, I feel that. Sorry, am I? Yeah. So I feel that. I mean, first point, first thought that came to my mind was public speaking only. It is not like that. I mean, that it can only be not in office or outside any special events we should be taking part, but it's very important in our day-to-day life as well. And certainly to be part of Toastmasters group, I feel that social connect is also there. And whatever speech we give, I don't feel embarrassed. We always feel motivated, whatever we speak about any topic or anything. We always feel motivated about the same. So
Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
that's about me.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. I do feel I am eating into the table topics time. So I think with that, let's move to the table topics section. With that, we also have Mayank in the room, actually. Hi, Toastmaster Mayank.
Hello, hi,
How are you today?
Timur. Very well, Arvind. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. We are just about to move to the table topic section. Would you like to take up a table topic?
Oh, no problem.
And who is my table topic master? I do not see it in the names here. Okay, it's Toastmaster Kanksha. So with that, over to you, Toastmaster Kanksha. Let's have an awesome table topic section. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajan. So, good morning, everybody. My role today as a table topic master is to bring in a little spontaneous fun to the meeting. And of course, a lot of learning. Because through impromptu speaking, we actually improve our communication skills and the ability to think on the spot and respond well with the well articulated answer. So, this is a fantastic way to not only boost your confidence, but also to sharpen your quick thinking and really get those communication muscles warmed up. Now, I will be calling upon the volunteers who will then be delivering a speech from 1 to 2 minutes on the stated topic. Now, remember that there is no right or wrong answer. This is just an opportunity where you get to express yourself. So, don't worry about perfection, just speak from your heart and enjoy the moment. Now, before I dive into the table topics, I am also the timer and I will be sharing the green card at 1.5 minutes, at 1 minute, the yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and the red card at 2 minutes. So, with that, thank you, Toastmaster Arun, for already picking out the first volunteer for me. And I would like to start with Toastmaster Mayank. So, Toastmaster Mayank, are you ready?
Yes, sure. Bring it on.
Fine.
I need to know the word of the day, please.
The word of the day would be value.
Okay. All right, sure.
Toastmaster Mayank, if you could give your past self one piece of advice about starting Toastmaster, what would it be? If you could give your past self one piece of advice about starting Toastmaster, what would that be? Toastmaster Mayank.
And advice me and then to myself. Oh, please come on, Toastmaster Kansha. I don't give advice to myself because what I do it. I don't keep advising and I don't keep falling back onto my history of life. But yes, if you want to really ask me this question, let me think about it. Actually, for me, I will say is go live your life. Pick up VP education on day one of joining Toastmasters, right? Give it a shot. Try everything that you want to do. Pick up a challenge. Go ahead. What you really value is that you have experienced it all. You've not limited yourself to cages. You're not limiting yourself to the limitations you have put on yourself and others are putting on you. So if you think that, okay, there is an position open take it. If the position is not open, get it open next time for yourself. You know, motivate that guy to pick up another role, in club president, vice president education, or an area director, so that that position becomes open. And develop that stake for yourself that, okay, there is skin in the game. Unless you have a skin in the game, you will really not be able to do it. One another thing that I can say is don't shy away from giving speeches. Yeah. And writing a speech. I have never been able to write a speech. My opening icebreaker, I think I gave that icebreaker after good 10 months and thinking that it's not a good time, it's not a good time, it's not a good time. Well, I think, I lost so much of time. So value that time that you have for yourself. Uh, deliver speeches, write it if you can. And if you can't, then be me, be Modi. You don't need to have it written. You can be a good orator. If content, you know what the content is, anything, you will be at content. There's no challenge. Just live your life, chill, you be consistent, and have a great time. And of course, be yourself. Thank you so much. And back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayank, for sharing those wonderful pieces of advice. I'm sure that we all had a lot of take back value. Thank you so much. Would I like, can I have another volunteer? If not, then next up, I'd like Toastmaster Nancy to take up the table topic.
Yep.
Okay. Toastmaster Nancy, name one communication habit that you've been actively working on to change or improve. Toastmaster Nancy, name one communication habit that you've been actively working on to change or improve.
One communication habit that is joining the Toastmasters group every week, joining the class. And so, what I'm trying to add is more active to the Toastmasters group. Like, I'm not taking additional roles, I'm not able to do that. So, and to be part of more speeches uh, in the upcoming classes. So those are the habits that I want to inculcate myself. Apart from that, I feel that reading is also a very good habit that I do whenever I get a chance. So these are all habits that are part of, yeah. Back to Toastmaster Akansha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. Next up, I would like to invite Toastmaster Sam. Would you be up to take up to deliver a table topic?
May I know the table topic?
Sure. So, Toastmaster Sam, what makes success last? What makes success last, Toastmaster Sam?
Okay, the topic is what makes success lasts. This is the table topic. Okay. Now, when we say about success, the success is a term that defined very subjective to everyone. For someone, success can be a high amount salary. For someone, success can be peace of mind. And there's always a baseline theory for each and every individual that what success means to each one. And when we say that the success lasts, that means the long term impact of a certain achievement in someone's life. So the impact of getting something as a achievement, something means it can be like owning a car, it can be a owning a better job, or it can be like having a better project in a current company. There can be different definitions of what do we mean by success. And in the long term perspective, if we start thinking on the first principles, then most of the time success is not about the materialistic thing. Success, in my perspective, success comes from our long term peace of mind and quality of life. It is not in materialistic or in the money terms. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sam, for that wonderful table topic. Next up, do I have a volunteer?
Yes,
Okay,
Toastmaster Shri would like to volunteer.
that's amazing. Uh,
Okay.
are you ready, Toastmaster Shri?
Yes, Toastmaster Akansha.
What's one way Toastmasters has boosted your confidence out of our meeting? What is the one way Toastmasters has boosted your confidence outside of our meetings? Toastmaster Shri.
Okay, there are, all right. Good morning, everyone. I think there are several ways in which Toastmasters boost the confidence, and it will be a very individual dependent on how do we utilize those skills. But for me, one big area that I felt a change, fortunately or unfortunately, I chose marketing in MBA, and I've been in marketing. And after getting into corporate, I struggled for the initial few years while addressing gathering, getting in front of people, talking. So I had this hesitation. Of course, I was able to communicate, but I never felt like I was in my natural element, in my natural self. As I talk to an individual one on one, while I share my thoughts well, while I'm able to organize my opinions and put them forward in a presentable manner in a way the other person accepts or perceives it the way I communicate. I felt like if I'm getting in front of a group, I've always had this hesitation wherein my thoughts are not structured. I'm not able to speak fluently, and that kind of it breaks the rhythm. The other person in front of me or the group in front of me may not perceive the message that I'm trying to communicate. I think I felt a big change when I got into Toastmasters, and that was one big factor that kind of got me stuck in here. Then I was like, okay, even if I'm not making consistent or hard effort to come and deliver speeches, if I'm here, if I'm part of the community and I'm able to participate maybe in the form of table topics or maybe in the form of speech evaluation or maybe taking up any roles, then over a period of time I'm able to sustain it. But eventually the goal is I'm able to deliver speeches which I would want to. I think that's something on a personal goal that I have with Toastmasters. I would want to deliver speeches and improve my overall public speaking skills. But from a corporate point of view and from personal relationship point of view, I've been able to, I think, kind of express myself well and kind of get along with the groups well. So thank you for that question, Toastmaster Kansha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shri, for sharing that with us. And let me tell you that you've been doing a fantastic job at improving your communication skills, which we can clearly see by the way you've been delivering, maybe answering the questions that Toastmaster Aryan asked, or just the way that you delivered this table topic. So great job. Okay, so next up, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Vineet to take up the next table topic. Toastmaster Vineet, which aspect of Toastmasters truly energizes you the most? Which aspect of Toastmasters truly energizes you the most, Toastmaster Vineet?
Diversity. This is actually one of the criteria when I was looking for one of the platform where I can join and be part of fun filled journey where I can learn, not just learn but excels. And when I joined Toastmaster, I was not even aware that what it is all about. On the very first day, I realized people from all different part of the country, different part of the different professions are being are part of this club and presenting their opinion experience without being judged. Now that is the element we all have been looking forward, a place where people do not judge you, a place where people do not limit your capabilities, place where people do not say that you can't do this, you can't do this, you do not have a forte here. That's what I was looking forward. That's what I was looking on the platform. And that's what Toastmaster Club has offered me. Number of instances I have faced where I struggled to speak being on the platform, and still I was appreciated. I was appreciated again and again, and that boosted my confidence. That boosted my inner strength to be consistent, to be available, just be there on the platform and speak impromptu. That will help me to improve my communication skills, not just in this room now, but whenever I go outside, it helps me. It helps me not even, it helps me consciously even. Thank you. And over to back to you, Toastmaster Kansha.
That was a very well structured topic, Toastmaster Vineet, I must tell. I have been constantly been amazed by the way that you delivered structured table topics, and you always have some, unique insight. For example, diversity. It was a great point to bring up. So thank you for that. Next up, can I ask Toastmaster Ashutosh to deliver the table topic?
No.
Okay. Toastmaster Ashutosh, describe your favorite memory from a Toastmasters meeting. Describe your favorite memory from a Toastmasters meeting, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Describing my favorite memory from a Toastmasters memory. It's like choosing a particular dessert from the bouquet of from a buffet table, serving the ice creams, the cakes, cupcakes, the different flavors of Indian sweets. It's a very difficult one. But one, if I need to pick and choose one which I can resonate well, of course, it will be the recent one, because the mind recalls the recent instance most. And the recent one, the last Toastmasters meeting where I have participated as a Toastmaster of the day, and did reasonably fairly justice to the role. So I felt I did the justice to the role. That is the meeting I recently did, and I enjoyed. So I think it also gave me encouragement to take more active roles in the upcoming meetings. So with this I all this meeting that meeting I also had a realization that you need to be consistent in your own journey, even though it's not very appropriate, not well prepared, but you need to still take your chances, move ahead, and it might be giving you some reflections, even if it's not the perfect one. So that's it from my side, and over to you, Toastmaster Kansha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh. And the last TMOD session was really interesting, and it did bring a lot of value to our lives, especially for the young budding corporate people in our club. That would be one of them, would be me. So thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Do I have a volunteer next? So we have Sanskar. That's amazing. Hmm.
I could not see the timer cards in the display.
It was not sure, right? It was perfect on time. Yes, yes, perfect.
So for you, maybe the
Yes, perfect. Just show me some signs.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay. So Toastmaster Sanskar, What's the one thing that first surprised you about Toastmasters? What's the one thing that first surprised you about Toastmasters Sanskar?
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Akansha. So, good morning, everyone. So, when I joined Toastmaster, what amused me was the fact that how the meetings were arranged and how I can use those opportunities to enhance my communication. And what I saw first was that when I saw these general evaluator, some R counter or timer roles, I saw that these help these speakers or the speakers in some way and helping them develop enhance more on the communication in future. And it has helped me as well. Today I gave my debut speech, and the most surprising part what I found was the group audience. I mean, it is not like we see a lot of people gathering together in a meeting, and also the part where we have hybrid, offline, and online mode of meetings. And as to conclude, um, as to conclude this, I believe that it has surprised me. It has added value to my communication. Thank you, Toastmaster Kancha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanskar. You definitely have been adding value to your journey ever since you've joined Toastmasters, because I've seen you grow with every table topic, every interaction you've had in these sessions of ours. So keep it up, and I hope you achieve your goal. Next up, can I have Toastmaster Aryan?
I would like to nominate to be Toastmaster Sarthak first.
Okay, is Sarthak back?
He's in the meeting. Yes.
Okay, amazing. So, soon to be Toastmaster or just the guest?
Soon to be. Yes, you could also say that.
Okay, so no, I'd like to take our chances and we'd go with soon to be Toastmaster Sarthak. What is the number one motivator in your life right now? What is the number one motivator in your life right now? Soon to be Toastmaster Sarthak.
I think the number one motivator for everyone, I can't say actually everyone, but most of the people have this one fear of life or a motivator as well, is the fear of failure. When someone fails, he nobody wants to fail in their lives. If you open up a business, you want it to thrive, you want to make money out of it, you don't want to go bankrupt and be in a lot of debt. uh, I think that's something that is common with everyone, and that's also the motivator of mine. I value this quality of mine as well, because not a lot of people actually are motivated by failure. Most of the people are motivated, but they fear it. I take it as a motivation to fear the failure. And I think that's something that is needed when we want to thrive in the world. It's a dog eat dog world. And if you don't get the job done, someone else will. If you're opening up a business, someone else is also having a business of that sort. Maybe you get into waste recycling, but there are a lot of people there in the field that can take over your job. Maybe your employees can win over you and take the job for themselves and cut me off from the link between me and my client. There's a lot of things that can be done, and think motivation. My motivation will be the failure. Motivation will be the fear of failure. That's it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
An amazing way to turn the tables and have a different perspective about failure. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Soon to be Toastmaster Sarthak. Next up, can I have Toastmaster Aryan now?
I would like to nominate Toastmaster Anshuman to take our topic first. I
Just
would
to
like
check
to
the time.
recommend a topic for him as well.
Time check, guys.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's,
I
I
think
think
we are out of time though.
Okay,
okay,
so
So I'll keep my table topic for my general evaluation section, which is literally a table topic. So it's okay. Should we move on to?
we have only one speech evaluation. We should be able to say that much time. We can take up one table topic for you.
Why not for you?
Don't try
You're
to
asking questions to everyone. You're not answering them.
yeah.
But anyhow, I'm happy to take a table topic. That's it.
Okay, so Toastmaster Anshuman, if your Toastmaster's journey had a motto, what would it be? If your Toastmaster's journey had a motto, what would it be, Toastmaster Anshuman?
Toastmasters is a place where leaders are made. Not just leaders, great public speakers. However, if I had to design my own motto for Toastmasters, it would be learn with fun. I like my learning to be fun oriented because if I am just disciplined in my pursuit of learning, I'm sure I lose my way down the line. But for the last 5 years, only because I made amazing Bright Beginning Toastmasters clubs members like Toastmaster Kansha, Toastmaster Vineet, Aryan, Shri, Sarthak, Nancy, the passion, the fun element of connecting, collaborating to grow has sustained me over a period of time. Not just that, the community aspect of meeting people during speech contests or during different training sessions or being even part of the leadership journey, be it the executive committee, be it the area, division, district committee, and being part of events like oration adds to the connection and fun element of it. So if I had to devise a motto, it would be learning with fun because for me, if I'm not learning and growing with the joy and the purpose of growth, it would be stale and boring. So, how about you, Toastmaster Kansha?
That was again impeccable, flawless, like always. Okay, I believe with that we've come to the end of the table topic session. So to conclude and to before I hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, I would just say great job everybody. Keep improving and keep giving as many table topics as you can. Don't be like Toastmaster Aryan who keeps nominating other people. With that, over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Akanksha. My light seems to have gone off. But yes, I was trying to give the opportunity to other people. I have had enough stage time today. But yes, with that, let's move on to the general evaluation section. Toastmaster Anshuman, I was not able to give you a table topic today. I will not let you go next time. And with that, let's go on to the evaluation part of our meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Aryan, and thank you everyone for that enriching, enlightening, beautiful Toastmaster meeting this morning. Now we come to the evaluation section where we learn from each other's strengths and mistakes that we made today so that we can incorporate it, make our respective roles better for the next time. And we're going to start with the speech evaluation for a debutant icebreaker speaker, Toastmaster Sanskar. So I'd like to invite Toastmaster Shri to share the feedback for Toastmaster Sanskar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. So first, I think I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Sanskar for delivering his icebreaker speech. To me, the speech was kind of like a passionate young Bollywood director coming in and delivering his script. So the story, it was kind of a story wherein a bright student and he's been faced with a challenge that he's undergoing because of the public speaking or because of his anxiety when facing the crowd. And now I'm glad that he has taken the right step. His focused his energy, all the energy in the right direction, and he has joined a platform wherein he has got. I mean, he can only get better from here, and this is a long way, and he'll enjoy the journey as well, I'm sure. So that's how it looked to me in summary. But if I may have to break it down, the to begin with, he started off with a very good tone. I like the greetings with a good strong tone that he brought in, and he has got good stage presence. He was moving around knowingly or unknowingly. He had good hand gestures that were supporting his story, which was really good, which was adding value. And the narration of the story that he brought in about a little bit about his school days, and then moving into college days, talking about his strengths in terms of good, I mean, him being good with numbers and subject, but he understood his weak area and he brought that forward. And now then the areas, if we see, I mean, from there he spoke about a little bit about the bad experiences and how it ended. So we could see that from a naive speaker point of view, that hesitation was there, that freshness, newness was there. So I think it's all evident that he's new, which he is, and he is making his efforts to become a better speaker, which he wants to be, and that's clearly seen. And I think he's put in a commendable effort. He also acknowledged the support from other team members in the club. I think during his speech, which is a very good thought, very good gesture, I think, to begin with. And I believe from here, for him to get better, couple of things which I believe he can try. One thing could be, when you're a new speaker and when you come on stage and you speak, right? Sometimes when you try and speak loud, what so happens is you may not be comfortable with your own loud voice when you hear that. So it's a good idea to maybe read a newspaper a little louder so you're comfortable with your own loud voice when you come in and address the audience. When you're comfortable with that, then I think you will be comfortable talking to others as well in the same tonality. I think that in the initial stages it has worked, and definitely I think from here, when you go on and deliver more speeches, you will keep on getting better. There's no doubt about that. I think that's one exercise which I believe can help. It did help me in the initial stages. I did try that, and I still do try, regularly reading newspaper, no matter how much social media updates we get. All of that, it's a good habit. I think since you're getting in finance management, it will help you from news updates as well, from business point of view. So I think that's my only suggestion. I think I saw a very young, passionate Toastmaster who's giving his new speech, and I really love the energy and the enthusiasm in the speech. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanskar.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Shri, for that comprehensive evaluation. Next, I'd like to invite our tag team for this morning to share their respective reports, starting with our timer, Toastmaster Akansha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
So the timing for today are as follows. For the speech, Toastmaster Sanskar spoke for 5 minutes 30 seconds. Then coming on to the table topics, Toastmaster Mayank 1 minute 57 seconds, Toastmaster Nancy 58 seconds, Toastmaster Sam 1 minute 30 seconds, Toastmaster Shri 2 minutes 20 seconds, Toastmaster Vineet 1 minute 54 seconds, Toastmaster Ashutosh 1 minute 35 seconds, Toastmaster Sanskar 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster, soon to be Toastmaster Sarthak, 1 minute 36 seconds, and Toastmaster Anshuman, 1 minute 38 seconds. So that was the overall timers report for today's session. I do have one piece of advice for Toastmaster Nancy, because you spoke only for 58 seconds, and the minimum limit for you to, like, the minimum time would be when the green card goes up, which would be at 1 minute. So I would encourage you to, take up more table topics, keep working on it, and speak at least for 1 minute. With the contests coming up very soon, I believe each and every one of us have the potential to be there on the oration stage, or at least the division and the area stage. So we should all keep that in mind and start preparing and grooming ourselves for the contests. And table topics is one place where everybody has the chance. I see a lot of potential in each and every one of us. So we can ace that. That's all for me. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot to Usma Sakansha, especially for taking up the role at the last moment. Now, next, I'd like to invite Usma Savini to share the account report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. So, starting with speech for the days, Toastmaster Sanskar. Toastmaster Sanskar was mostly flawless in terms of using filler sound. I couldn't even track a single filler sound, but yeah, there were few filler words like so, he used so word 4 times. Now moving on to table topic, Mayank said one time, Nancy said 3 times, so 2 times as a filler words. Sam said filler sound 2 times, 2 times, so 1 time. Shri used 5 times during table topic. Ashutosh ji used 2 times, 2 times. Sanskar used twice or once. Sarthak used twice. Anjuman, you were flawless as usual. During evaluation, Shri used 5 times, one twice so, and repetitive words. Use of word of and as a repetitive word was there. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Usma Savini, for that comprehensive evaluation. Next, we have our grammarian for the morning, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Thanks, Toastmaster Anshuman. So, taking the inputs as a grammarian had been a little difficult for me today morning because I was trying too hard to find the flaws which are the primary highlights, of course, along with the usage of good words. But it has been a difficult day, and I could figure out very few of them. I just would like to name, followed by the usage of good words. The first usage is money terms. There was a sentence used in terms of the money terms. In terms of money, success is counted in money terms. It could have been in monetary terms. Second usage, which was not appropriate, I found was got into corporate. It could have been got into corporate sector. And the third usage is I was like, okay, is like a casual, colloquial sentence in terms of right grammar sentence. It could have been I was all set and I was all prepared to take up the next whatever was there. And in terms of good usage, of course, there were good uses, but some of them which I could capture is some good phrases: building communication muscles, impeccable, flawless, and then preventing scary situations, factual, tangled data. These are all similar words which make more impact due to they being part of some of the figures of speech. So they make it more impactful when you use something which are related rhyming in nature to get more impact to the what message you are trying to convey. And on the word of the day, definitely there are users. Toastmaster Anshuman generously use it around 3 to 4 times. I also used it 1 time. Toastmaster Mayank 1 times, and Toastmaster Akansha used it for 2 times. So that's it from my side. There is some reflection, Toastmaster Anshuman. If there is a time available, I had some reflection for this word. If which I can share more details, but if the time allows.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Thanks for that one. So for this word, I think I have heard and read about this more about this, and there was a short story which I very well reflect upon, and then which helped me more to figure out the right values in life and deliver the right values wherever I do. And so there was a small boy living in a village. He was very poor. He always most of the days he was spending hungry. One day he was very frustrated from his life, and he went to his father. That he asked him, "Father, what is value of my life?" So his father did not reply him anything. His father just gave him a coin. a coin with which it was this coin was not the right condition. You could have not have bought something. It was a rusted coin, but still some shine and something was embossed was there. His father said, son, go try selling this coin in the shop near our home. So his son took that coin to the shop near his home. It was a very crowded, and the area was not so appropriate, well civilized society. This boy went and asked for the selling this price. The father gave him one condition, that whenever somebody is asking the price, don't speak up any price or any value about the coin. Just show your fingers, two fingers. So his son went there and again just shown the coin. The shopkeeper asked, "What is the value of this coin?" He showed two fingers. So the shopkeeper was asking again, "Two means what? Is it 2 rupees or 20 rupees?" The son said 20. Nodded head on 20, and then came back to ask his father. I am getting 20 rupees. Shall I do the deal? The father said, "No. You go to a high-end jewelry shop in the shopping mall, which is in the downtown area." The son went there and again did the same thing, and again showed him this two fingers. The shopkeeper was asking, "What is this two means? Is it 20,000 or 20 lakhs?" So he again nodded his said nothing, came running back to the father. Father said, "What did you learn?" Son said, "Same coin I was getting 20 rupees and somebody was giving me 20 lakhs, 2 lakhs, right? So what is the message, son?" Father asked him. Father told the moral of the story that, son, your value depends on the places where you live in, and the part where and the part of society you are. You can be a 2 rupee. You can decide if you want to be a 2 rupees or 20 rupees coin, or you want to be a 20,000 or 2 lakh rupees coin. So choose your community accordingly and learn good vibes from the community you have. So there's a message I want to give from this story. So value is very important from a perspective of our life. Often we don't realize it. And getting the right values and offer delivering the right values in the places we are, where it matters most, in our workplaces or in our schools or colleges, for the younger peers, is the right things to do in our life to create the right impact. That's it from my side, Toastmaster Anshuman, and sorry for taking this extended time.
No worries at all. It's always great to listen to such stories and understand the value of the word value. Thank you for sharing that, Toastmaster Ashutosh. I hope all of us had a productive morning. I just have, I think, 2 minutes to share my general evaluation report of how the meeting went. Starting with the foundation of the meeting itself, right? Publishing the poster, having the agenda on time. We did fairly fine. We had the agenda in the middle of the week, by the middle of the week. However, the poster usually gets released one day before. So I'll encourage the EC to have both in tandem, that we have the agenda drafted by maximum Monday and the first poster published maximum by Tuesday, so that more and more guests and members can be encouraged to join the meeting. Not just that, if there's any member on the agenda, that person ideally should be available for the meeting, so we can ensure, cross check with them, take their confirmation that will they be joining or not. They can be kept as backups if they join, but ideally any name on the list should be a high probable joinee for the meeting. Today was a hybrid meeting, and now we have settled into a routine of doing the hybrid meetings well. So kudos to Toastmaster Aryan and Toastmaster Shaunak, is not present but always ensures that we have the venue available, and we are able to access the venue well. With any hybrid meeting, we do have the punctuality challenges. There's usually that 10-minute buffer baked in to start the meeting. It happened today too. I'd encourage that for offline meetings, we keep the meeting time as say 10:15 a.m. so that we have enough buffer time for all of us to start the meeting on time at 10:30 a.m. So that folks like me right now do not have to rush to close the general evaluation at the end of the meeting. Now, starting with the team odd of the day, Toastmaster RN, lot of last minute role takers, and one of them was Toastmaster RN. But Toastmaster RN, always the benchmark and standards are really high because he sets it high for himself. Judging from that high benchmark, Toastmaster RN did engage the audience, but I'll say but there was a huge but there is in the fact that it was just questions and questions on one theme, on just two themes, and not much insight to add from a team out perspective. So, kudos to Toastmaster Aryan for taking up this role at the last moment. However, I'll encourage him that the next time if he's attending this kind of theme with questions, there's some precursor, some context being given to through his own story, some anecdote, setting up the context why he's asking it, and maybe switch themes. I've observed that before also that he did taken up one dialogue from the Cars movie and got nine people to repeat the same dialogue of the Cars movie, and then encourage Osman Sarin to vary it a bit. Maybe keep it a rule of three, that three questions or three dialogues, then switch and maybe add context or anecdotes in between so that it does not get monotonous for the ones who have already heard the story. However, at the same time, always like 120 points out of 100 for being entrepreneurial to taking up the team odd and delivering the team odd at the last moment. Just one little feedback would be the energy aspect of it. The club mirrors the T-Mod's energy, so I'll encourage Tosma Sarin. However, reluctantly, he would have taken up the T-Mod to be energetic, to be force of energy and shine away, even while asking questions, just bouncing through. So, thank you for taking up the role, Tosma Sarin. Coming to the next section, which is the evaluation section, I found Toastmaster Tree's evaluation to be following the CRC approach. It was quite thorough. He encouraged the speaker by giving him feedback of what his positive aspects are. And that is what icebreaker speech evaluations are all about. That the first speech, there's more of encouragement and less of critical feedback so that the icebreaker speaker is encouraged to have to deliver many more speeches going forward. So Toastmaster ensured that, and hopefully Toastmaster Sanskar is inspired to give many more speeches in our club coming in the coming days. So thank you for that, Toastmaster. Parallelly, I like to give a feedback or timer that even the evaluation is timed. So evaluation is timed at 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. I felt the evaluation went up to 4.5 minutes. I can't tally that, but that's something we can take. Coming to the tag team, again, a lot of last minute role players. So, Toastmaster timer, Toastmaster Akansha, kudos to you. I think you did a great job at proactively asking for the right link to time, and you timed even in the middle of giving the table topic. So, uh, that is quite like quite must be quite a challenge for you, but you delivered. That is what matters. From a look like from a challenge perspective, next time one the timer cast we have to present and stop. So we can't be so at green card we present for 5 seconds, stop presenting, yellow present, stop presenting. And second, again, as we discussed at the beginning, as a VP education, you are the leader of the meetings and program managing how the role players are. So during, for example, table topic, if you are also the timer, you can think in advance that since Toastmasters and NC had already joined, can she take up the role of a timer while you were the table topic speaker? So in the between, you can write in chat group or write in private chat. And can anyone take up the timer role, or I, or anyone who already knows the timer role, so that you could have already only focused on your table topic role. Coming to the account, coming to now the that's a good segue into the tag team. The next part of the tag team, which is our counter Toastmasters Meet. Toastmasters Meet, I felt you listened to the filler words well. You gave feedback for each of the role players, elaborate one. One minor challenge for you next time would be to bring up a spreadsheet, note it down, make it actual for everyone to see the report. And last but not the least, Toastmaster Ashutosh, who's usually passionate about any role he takes up, even if it's last minute. So I could see his passion in terms of the word of the day, value. Quite a basic common word. I felt it was pretty random, but I was astonished to see how passionate he was about the word value from the story he narrated at the end, and definitely driving home the value of using the word value a lot, frequently. Not just that, he noted down the good usages, and tried to figure out the not so good uses. The challenge will be to figure out more not so good usages next time to Ashutosh. There are always many since we are still learning. Maybe you can develop your own framework to figure out who's using not so good usage and how that can be improved. And coming to the overall meeting itself, the meeting ran on time, except us starting late. If it had started at 10:30, we would have ended at 12. So within the meeting time itself, I think we are running it on time. Most of the role players, if not all, were prepared about the rules. And I really look forward to the next meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan. All right, sorry, I skipped one part, which is the table topic master. Table topic master, Toastmaster Kansha. Great table topics, quite engaging. Challenge would be to keep it brief, creative, mix the topics next time, because one theme can get monotonous. Uh, so you can think about, say, mixing the theme of the day and, say, one extra theme to make it more energetic. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Thank you for that comprehensive evaluation, Toastmaster Anshuman. Sorry, the light has run out of battery. We're not going to be able to use it anymore. Uh, I think the trend has really set in. Toastmaster Kanksha, your comprehensive general evaluator reports are spreading throughout the club. Everybody else is doing them now. With that, I'd like to call upon some guests for today's meeting, have them give their feedback, and then we can close the meeting. Toastmaster Shri would like to come up and give your feedback. I know you're a Toastmaster, you're an external Toastmaster, but I would love for you to give your feedback for the meeting.
Thank you. I think this is the second meeting that I'm here with the club. I'm liking the hybrid format. I'm liking the energy in the club. Needless to say, I think the meeting went really well. And I'm glad to see the kind of preparations and the being done by all the members, all the role takers, and the effort that is being put in. So that really encourages that if I'm, if it is possible for me, if it's a hybrid meeting, I definitely want to be a part here and see how it goes. I mean, I'm loving the meeting. I'm loving the energy in the club here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Who else? To be Toastmaster Sarthak, would you like to share any feedback for the meeting today?